continuing to move backwards, just threw us off our rhythm. So we didn't have a lot of snaps and didn't have a lot of opportunities more than anything.
It wasn't a clean game by any means. Easier said than done to play those, but that's just got to be better. Say it every week. Try to give ourselves the best possible chance to win the game, and that doesn't help you.
Damien Woody here for his weekly visit. And Damien, when a defense is struggling the way Seattle's is, I know Pete has been there a long time. I can't see that, you're getting side-eye looking at one side, looking at the other. But how significant is it when you're rushing three and you can get down a guy in Murray to end the game for that defense to be able to say, we held up our end of the deal? How big?
Well, this defense has been in witness protection program the whole season.
Awful.
Basically, they've been awful, quite frankly. And this is a prideful team, prideful unit. They've been kind of the standard bearer for the Seattle Seahawks for many years. All of that stuff. Right. And for them to make that type of play, for them to have this type of game, I feel like they needed something like this, because there's no way that the Seattle, as well as Russell Wilson has played in this offense, you can't be this lopsided on one side of the ball and expect to go places that the Seattle Seahawks want to go, and that's to the Super Bowl. So they needed a signature game like this for their defense.
Yeah, I mean, you look at last week against, say, Buffalo, and or 2 weeks ago, I should say, against Buffalo, and it's like you're giving up in the 40s, man. Russ can only cook so much, right? And so they get the sack of Murray. I'm interested in what you saw on the Arizona side, because this is a team that I think you can see growing. They've already beaten Seattle once, and they have a drive to try to tie the game late. They get stopped. Where can they tighten things up that you noticed in this game if they want to continue to evolve?
Well, one area that's been a bugaboo for them all year is penalties.
Yeah.
I think they're second in the league as far as penalties. Mm-hmm. And that if you're a team that has that many penalties, you're
113 yards, I think
undisciplined. And listen, we see the potential on both sides of the ball. As much as we talk about Kyler Murray and that offense and the running game, and obviously, DeAndre Hopkins, they're very good on defense. But when you have the amount of penalties that they have week in and week out, those are the killers that ultimately will cost you, particularly this game and moving forward.
And I hesitate to ever use the term, because we know in the NFL, moral victory, no such thing. But leaving there, having already beaten them once, not that they're not satisfied, I'm not saying with the outcome, but are there things about this game that Arizona can still look at and say, if we tighten up A and B, we're perhaps the class of the West? Can they convince themselves of any of that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you got a young stud in Kyler Murray who's going toe-to-toe with Russell Wilson.
Okay.
And again, I think the Arizona Cardinals are the more balanced team between the two ball clubs. Again, clean up the penalties. If you're the Arizona Cardinals, you're a game behind the Seattle Seahawks right now. There's plenty of season to go to really regain this lead in the NFC West.
This was one of a number of games this weekend that are compelling from